So, you've watched a few of my videos here on YouTube now, and you think you've got Gen X figured out. Sorry to burst your bubble, you really don't. But after this video, maybe, just maybe, you'll at least be able to talk to us in our native language. What you need to understand about Generation X is that sarcasm is our love language. In fact, we have mastered the language so much that it has become ingrained into the very fiber of our existence. For us, it's the perfect blend of multiple aspects of the art of conversation that allow us to have those difficult conversations about social issues. It allows us to give some extremely brutal critiques, and also, and most importantly, tell the truth. And that all comes packaged in the sugary sweetness that only a Gen X sense of humor can appreciate. It's witty, it's dry, and oftentimes it carries a much deeper meaning than what you first initially think it does. It's like we plant these little mini time bombs in your brain that eventually, once you leave the conversation and are left home alone with your thoughts, however you choose to do that, that will just detonate in that moment of, oh shit, that son of a insulted me. And in case you were wondering, yes, the humor is just for our benefit. I honestly think that's my favorite part of it all. And sure, the sarcasm and humor may be intended by some to take a little bit of the sting out of what we're attempting to tell you or a message we're trying to convey. But for the most part, make no mistake about it, it's just snark, and we enjoy it. So why is it that Gen X have become masters of sarcasm, and we use it with such degree of professionalism? Well, I'm going to tell you. Sarcasm is our default defense mechanism. You see, sarcasm is our way of dealing with and coping with the vast amount of crap life likes to throw at us. It allows us to give the impression of being emotionally separated from whatever it is that we're dealing with. And also, in our minds, it just adds to that cool factor that we have that a lot of you say is our give a damn is broken. It just helps us give the appearance that we really don't give a damn about anything, and that, like water off a duck's back, whatever's going on, we got this. We're going to handle our business. But you're going to want to stick around to the end of the video for the bonus reason I have lined up for you that kind of goes a little bit deeper into this whole give a damn broken's attitude. So be sure to watch to the end. It's also no secret that Gen X has a huge distrust for authority. Gen X was raised in a time where, and I'm quoting here, political scandals, economic hardships, and the threat of global thermonuclear war, thanks war games, and the bullshit excuses our so-called leaders provided ingrained in us a strong sense of WTF. It was important for me to write those down and read them off to you just now because those reasons are why a lot of Gen Xers are considered to be conspiracy theorists. You see, we always knew that something just was off in the things they were telling us, but we didn't have the internet to help us sift through all of the noise and find the truth. So we invented it for you. You're welcome. And now, because of said internet, these days we're coming to realize that the things we thought were conspiracy theories actually had truth in them, and some of them had more than truth. They literally were the truth. I mean, we now know that the government has confirmed the existence of UFOs, but it's more than just UFO confirmations. Our distrust was so ingrained that we actually had other stories about mind control, that the government was conducting experiments on people. Come to find out, a lot of those were true. In fact, here's a list of some of those conspiracy theories that wound up to be true. For those of you who are interested, you can go to my website, linked in the description below, and there will be a brief synopsis of each one of these items that you can take a look at to find out exactly what the story is behind them. So, beside our distrust of authority, what other purpose did our sarcasm have? Well, this next point isn't so much about a purpose, but the fact that sarcasm was just simply ingrained in our culture. And let me tell you, we were trained by the best of the best. We had TV shows like The Simpsons, Friends, and Seinfeld that just reinforced that sarcasm and that quick, dry wit that we're all known for. Even our comedians were classically trained in sarcasm. We had Stephen Wright, we had Andrew Dice Clay, George Carlin, and of course, our own Gen X contribution to the mix, Joe Rogan. So when you have television and comedians and essentially all of our pop culture showing us how to be masters at sarcasm, well, of course we're going to pick that up. Who wouldn't? All right, so now comes the bonus reason as to why sarcasm is so near and dear to Gen X's heart. And I know a lot of Gen Xers out there are going to disagree with this one, and that's fine. But the truth is the truth, y'all, and I'm just here to share it. Sarcasm is able to blend cynicism with a little bit of optimism. Even though Gen X isn't the most trusting generation out there, it doesn't mean that we don't hold out just a small amount of hope for the future and that things might actually get better. We just usually don't come out and say it. We oftentimes do see the potential for good, but we just don't have the faith that everybody, especially the younger generations, are going to step up and do what is necessary to bring that good to reality. Yet, to many of our discredit, we still hold out hope that maybe, just maybe, they will. So, we, in our classic sarcastic way, point out that there is potential for good, but we also put a healthy dose of, I doubt you're going to do what's necessary in order to bring that good to light, so why hold out any hope? Secretly, we are holding out hope. Even though, and I gotta say it, Gen Z, you haven't really shown us yet that you want to do better. You just want to complain. But we still point out areas where you can improve and hope for the best. But we're not going to force you to do it. I mean, Gen X can only lead you to water so many times. We can't make you drink. So now you know, Gen X's love language is sarcasm. If you want to be able to relate to a Gen Xer in your life, try using some. Or at the very least, try understanding where the sarcasm is coming from and the hidden messages within it. Who knows? Maybe you could become a translator for Gen X to all those Gen Zers out there who just don't have a freaking clue. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the comments section. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. And if you want to see the video that started all of this nonsense about how you can understand Gen X better, click on the card on your screen right now and it'll take you to the very first one where I start to explain the secrets of what makes Gen X the best generation ever.